Spacopedia. Spacopedia presents number 41.
Hi friends, welcome to Spacopedia. I am back with a new video. This is our 41st video. In last video, we see about black holes, and in today's video, we will discuss about multiple stars. So, let's start the video. Multiple stars. Unlike many other stars, our sun is longer with no companions. Most of the stars we can see in the night sky belong to multiple star systems. That is, two or more stars orbiting each other held together by gravity. Pairs of stars that simply orbit each other are called binary systems. But there are also systems of 3, 4, or more stars with complicated orbital patterns. Some pairs of stars are so close together that material flows between them. These stars are called interacting binaries. As the star age, the system can develop in a variety of dramatic ways. For example, in an X-ray binary, material floats from a normal or giant star to an extremely dense companion, a neutron star or a black hole, and gives off powerful X-rays as it spirals inwards. Alternately, material spilling from a normal or giant star onto a wild dwarf may cause the dwarf to produce occasional brilliant blast of light called novas. Star clusters. Large group of stars are called clusters. These can contain anything from a few dozen of several million stars. There are two main types of star clusters, globular and open. The Milky Way galaxy contains many examples of both. First, globular cluster. This is image of globular cluster. There are roughly spherical collections of up to several million ancient stars that formed at the same time. The example above is the Great Globular Cluster in Hercules. Second, open cluster. This is image of open cluster. Open clusters are loosely bound collections of young stars that formed around the same time from the same cloud of gas. The example here is the butterfly cluster in the constellation Scorpius. Interacting binary. This is an image of interacting binary. Here, gas flows from a red giant to a nearby white dwarf, forming a swirling disk as it spirals in towards the dwarf star. The white dwarf becomes unstable as its mass increases, causing the nuclear explosions at its surface. From Earth, these outbursts of light look like few new stars appearing, which is why they are called novas, from the Latin word nova, meaning new. Ascension disk. You can see the arrow is pointing at accretion disk. Gravity causes the material in this disk to spiral in towards the star at the center. As it does so, vast amount of energy are released as heat and radiation. White dwarf. You can see that arrow is pointing to the center, which is a white dwarf. A white dwarf star is the remains of a previous giant star that lost its outer layers. It is extremely dense. 1 teaspoonful of white dwarf material weighs about 15 tons. Donor star. You can see that arrow is pointing to donor star. In an interacting binary, the star that is losing material to its companion is called the donor. It is usually the largest star in a pair, in this case a red giant. It is relatively cold, low density hydrogen gas. Type 1a supernova. The transfer of gas onto a white dwarf star can lead not just to a nova outbursts, but eventually scientists think to a cataclysmic explosion called a type 1a supernova. This happens because the mass lost by a white dwarf during each nova blast is less than the mass it gains between outbursts. So it slowly grows. Finally, it becomes so massive that it is totally destabilized, triggering a supernova. First step is pair of orbiting stars. Two interacting binary stars are orbiting relatively close to each other. One is a yellow star like our Sun. Its smaller, denser companion is a white dwarf star. Second, material means matter transfer. As the Sun, like stars, ages, it swells to become a red giant. Some of its gas spills onto the smaller white dwarf star. This can lead to a series of surface outbursts or novas. Third, white dwarf explodes. The white dwarf mass increases until it becomes unstable and explodes as a type 1a supernova. The explosion may cause the red giant star to be blown away. So friends, let's see some fast facts. First, the pole star Polaris is actually a triple star system. Second, some star pairs take millions of years to orbit each other. So friends, I hope that you all liked this information and the video. So goodbye and take care.